We've made it to the Welsh Beach Sprints Championships, our next race on the calendar. We're going to be using this one as well as another opportunity for assessment for the British rowing team trials. So the plan is to just go as fast as I can. Gregor, getting the tent set up. Because for today, as you can tell, it's a dry robe day. The wind is very crossy coming this way, and hopefully it doesn't get too rainy, but we've got variable conditions. That's for future Yam Squad to look forward to. We've got time trial first, and the warm-up.
And we'll be using lane preference after each race.
Get ready!
And we finished the first time trial. Gregor and I in some sort of shade here. The weather isn't the best, but it stayed better than I think we anticipated. The wind's kind of shifting from a direct cross to a slight tail on the way back. So on the way out, it's a head cross. On the way back, it's a head cross tail, which is almost opposite of what we thought looking at the weather the last couple of days. But we deal with the cards we're dealt. The race itself for me, I felt like it was pretty clean, so went out there and tried to roll long, push hard, be clean. I was pretty clean, rode long for sure, but that meant that, well, a little bit lower than I usually am, and I'm not really sure that feels lower, therefore you can easily convince yourself it's slower, but you don't know the times, and my splits didn't show for some reason, so I don't know how fast I was going, but it felt long, felt like I was pushing hard. The 90-degree turns were okay, not anything disastrous, maybe a bit wide, slowed down a bit, maybe a bit too much, but again, clean, so that's the best thing. Waiting on the results, and I'll let you know when I know. And the results are out. The weather has calmed down a little bit, getting some buoys moved, because these ones have decided to be pushed by the wind. I've ended up in second place behind James by a little tiny bit, about 0.2 seconds, so that means James and I kind of go on opposite sides of the bracket. Gregor ended up in sixth place, so he's on same side as me, but we'll be going through the rounds and seeing how we get on, and that is the plan. So I think using that time trial, I rode well. So just continue with that rowing, and then as we get the side-by-side work, we can use the people next to me to think, okay, is that speed right? Is it not? Rather than sort of that little bit of guessing. So a step forward again, really positive. On the next round, I'll be racing the people who, it's between 15th and 18th. They're going to do some reps and then find out who races there. And then I'll go, so I want to do in this next race, clean again, rowing long. Obviously there's going to be a out and then a 180 rather than a 90, so on that 180 I want to kind of nail that 180 so that it's a good bit of practice rather than just panicking and not really getting any practice on any bit of the course. So clean in, away, practice that 180, get it how I've been sort of envisaging in my head and doing it in practice as the rain starts to come back on. And now as well, just preparing, maybe get a bit more movement in, staying out of the rain, out of the cold as much as we can, thanks to Gregor's tent, and then get ready for the first side-by-side.
Team Warriors now grabbing torch post, neck and bow and home.
And we've won that first side by side. Positive step forward. The idea with that race, like I said, roll long, get out there, yam on it, and then see how we get on in that 180, and then assess from there. The wind has changed directions, so it's pushing us out there and sort of making you go a bit longer, so I need to take that into consideration as long as the wind stays the same onto the next race. Another side-by-side race, so same thing. Get into the boat clean, get out there and yam on it, get long, and then get to that 180 composed and be clean again on the way back. But overall, positive. Let's see how we go on in the next one. And another side-by-side round, one complete, really good. A little bit of a step on from the last one, but I felt like it was still that 180 struggling a little bit with. The wind's certainly pushing us out there. Felt like I held earlier to stop me going as far, but it's that natural intuition that I want to just like be short and be moving, or keep the body moving, where sometimes it's better, or it is better, to be more relaxed, hold, patient, and move with confidence rather than move with just panic almost. So good to get another 180 in there, but ideally, or realistically, I need to be better at those. The actual rowing, feeling really confident. First time I've been using my splits in a while, my speeds, to see, kind of gauge a little bit of the effort, which is working well. On that one, I felt like the speeds were really quick, and I felt like, okay, I was down off the start, but the speeds were there, and I knew I was confident in those speeds. And then by the time I got around the turn, I could really pile on the pressure, which was good, but need to keep ratcheting up. And hopefully, well, stay clean, get in the boat, go, keep that length, yam on it, but trying to refine that 180 in the next side-by-side. So let's get to it.
Yeah, good tap. Press.
Just under 10 minutes.
And that's the semi-final complete. Another side-by-side one. Really feeling confident today with the rowing. That 180 was better, but still, I was more patient, but I can be more patient and still earlier with the hold. So taking steps forward, good, but again, we need to keep on taking those steps. I want to take a bigger step, but we deal with the cards we're dealt, and we just go for it in the A final and absolutely send it. Here we go. And there we go, we have won the Welsh Beach Sprints Championships. The wind is definitely picking up, but the suns came out, ended up in that race. The 180 was better, But still, like I've said this whole episode, we need to be better still. Taking positive steps now is good, but we need to take more positive steps forward. Race against James there. James had a very hard semi-final, so maybe had less fresh legs than I did in that, as Gregor's struggling with it. He had maybe a little bit less fresh legs than I did, so I had an advantage going in, just the way the sort of round robin, is that what you call it? It works, the way the selection is going through into the final works. So that's the benefits of basically coming in the positions you come in the time trial benefit you going through the races. So really good today. The rowing, I think that's some of the best rowing I've ever done. It kind of tied in with the similar races that I did in the first couple of side-by-sides at English, but today was I was able to sort of click into it rather than on that third race when the pressure was piled on. I couldn't really find it. Today, pressure was on, racing against James really fast in the final, and I really found that pattern that I want to continue to row in and build upon rather than getting on the water and having a little bit of questions here and there. So, this is another tick in the box for another best result I've ever had. So, English was the best I've had at English. This is the best result I've had at Welsh. And like I mentioned at the start of the episode, this is also being used as part of the selection process in the British rowing trials. So winning this event means positive, but it's for future Yam Squad to look forward to see what that actually ultimately means. I'm sure there'll be meetings in the behind the scenes to find out what that means for selection going forward. But now, fortunately for me, we've been chatting long enough where Gregor's now got the tent all sorted already. If you enjoyed this episode, hit that like button. If you've not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button for Gregor to do the tent. And we'll see you in the next episode.
In first place, Cameron Buchan.